Carmichael Auditorium in Chapel Hill. Here in Carolina, they call it Blue Heaven, and it is today, as always, sold out for this match between North Carolina and North Carolina State. Hello, everybody. I'm Fred White. Our analyst today, Jeff Mullins. And, Jeff, we've already mentioned we have back-to-back national champions hooked up in this basketball game here this afternoon. Obviously, the national championship is not on the line here today, but there's still a lot at stake.
Yes, there is. This is a tradition that goes back 71 years of interstate rivalry. And between these two teams, you can forget about statistics, conference standings on a day like today. Talk more about desire, determination, and perhaps most important, bragging rights, because they'll be on the line today.
North Carolina already certainly in the NCAA tournament. A win here today for North Carolina State could just about do it for the Wolfpack in all probability. There are a lot of good players in this basketball game. And, Jeff, we have three legitimate great players, three potential All-Americans, three possible Olympians here.
Not only do we have a great game in store today, but we're going to watch three of the great players in the country. Michael Jordan is Mr. Excitement for UNC, and Sam Perkins probably labeled Mr. Consistency. They're truly All-Americans. Lorenzo Charles for NC State is a fine player. Perhaps the most exciting thing about him, Fred, is the way he continues to improve with every game and with every season.
Jeff, analyze this thing a little bit for us. What do you see as the keys to the game?
The coaches are talking about rebounding, but quite honestly, Fred, I think perhaps the guard play of NC State will be a key factor. Spud Webb does their ball handling. He has to control the tempo of the game and control the basketball, particularly against that tough pressing Carolina defense.
North Carolina out for the first time since their first loss of the season last Sunday in Arkansas. It's a gorgeous spring day, about 70 degrees outside. It's going to get hotter than that in here today. We're just about set to go, and we'll meet the starting for the Wolfpack from North Carolina State. At one forward, 6'5" sophomore Ernie Myers. And the other forward for the Pack today will be 6'7" junior Lorenzo Charles, the leading scorer in the ACC. At center, Cozell McQueen, a 6'11" junior, a strong rebounder out of Bennettsville, South Carolina. One guard, 6'1" junior sharpshooter Terry Gannon from Joliet, Illinois. The other guard will be 5'7" Spud Webb, the igniter, averaging 6 assists a game. Now the starting lineup for the Tar Heels of the University of North Carolina. Same starting lineup for Dean Smith today. Matt Doherty, a 6'8" senior, is at one forward. The other forward, the All-American, a 6'10" senior, Sam Perkins, averaging 18 points a game. At center, Brad Doherty, very steady, a 6'11" senior from Black Mountain, North Carolina. At the point guard will be Steve Hale, the 6'3" sophomore from Jenks, Oklahoma. And the other guard, another All-American, Michael Jordan, the 6'6" junior from Wilmington, North Carolina. There are your starting lineups for this afternoon's game. The Pack and the Tar Heels about to go. And we'll be back with a tip-off in today's game right after the officials for this afternoon's game. They are Mike Mosier, Jerry Donahue, and Hank Nichols will oversee the game. And, Jeff, you can bet the Tar Heels are anxious to play. They've been sitting with their only loss for a week now.
Well, after a fantastic start, they got their first loss, and they've been chomping on the bit to get out here, and particularly at home in Chapel Hill.
Steve Hale again at the point guard. Kenny Smith, his wrist examined Monday. They put it back in the cast, and they'll check it again the first part of next week. Matt Doherty on the wing for the Heels. Now Sam Perkins.
NC State in their 2-3 zone, which they prefer to play, particularly against a big team like North Carolina.
Brad Doherty shooting over Lorenzo Charles, and Brad Doherty gets the first 2 points of the basketball game.
That's basically what a 2-3 zone is designed to prevent, but North Carolina was very patient, was able to get the ball inside. Doherty with a nice move.
North Carolina 21-1 on the year. They play Maryland here tomorrow. If they win both those games, they will clinch the regular season ACC title. There's Charles back up. That's Ernie Myers battling inside. Matt Doherty takes it away. Now he's going to take the shot off balance and miss. And the rebound for Ernie Myers. He's doing a job early on the boards.
Ernie Myers really hustling inside, but again, he's a natural guard having to play forward. He got his shot blocked twice, but he stayed after it.
Steve Hale is matched up with Webb. Michael Jordan is defending Terry Gannon. Webb started to go, and Brad Doherty cut him off. Now Charles. Blocked by Brad Doherty. Good defense.
That's 2 blocks by Brad Doherty early in this game.
Hale down into Doherty. Turnaround jumper's too strong. Michael Jordan's there, and he's fouled by Ernie Myers. First foul of the basketball game. And North Carolina doing some impressive things early.
Their defense is outstanding. Brad Doherty that time had an easy layup, but he turned the wrong way. But Michael Jordan was there to get the rebound, and he was fouled.
Michael, the 6'6" junior, averaging 18 points a game, a 77% free throw shooter. Nothing but net. 3-0 North Carolina.
North Carolina as a team hits better than 78% from the free throw line. That's number 2 in the country, Fred.
Michael Jordan, his free throws in and out. Brad Doherty had it, trying to save it. And it's off the hands of Spud Webb and will belong to North Carolina. Brad Doherty at 6'11", making an agile play along the baseline.
Dean Smith talked about rebounding. He was worried about NC State's fine rebounding team. So far, North Carolina much more alert on the board.
In my imagination, there's Brad Doherty getting better game by game.
Well, he's a very young player. He seems to get more and more confidence each game.
There's Brad Doherty with the ball, and the turnaround jumper's there. Brad Doherty has 4 quick points, and Carolina breaks on top, 5-0. The Wolfpack still looking for the ignition keys. Long way to go, 18-17, still left in the first half. Spud Webb trying to get it to Charles. It's knocked loose, and Charles saves it. Now Myers having trouble handling it. Sam Perkins scrambling for the ball and clears it to Hale. Here come the Tar Heels. That's Jordan on the wing. He walked. The ball will go back to State.
Michael Jordan tried to do something with the ball. Before he caught it, Hank Nichols was there to make the call.
We mentioned North Carolina's record at 21-1. North Carolina State 19-7, 4-5 on the year. The last time they won here, there you see it, 1976. Lorenzo Charles shovels a nice pass down inside to Cozell McQueen. And the Wolfpack get on the board. They're down 5-2.
That's an important basket for NC State. It's tough to play on the road, and it's particularly tough when you get too far down.
Gary Cannon out defending against Hale. Perkins. Cross court to Doherty. The shot's there. He'll take it. He's got Matt Doherty with his first 2 points. And it's 7-2 North Carolina. 17:22 left in first half action here. Tar Heels opening very nicely. Michael Jordan got the hand on it. They say Gannon was off his knee. The ball belongs to North Carolina. Quick hands.
North Carolina has stayed in the man-to-man trapping defense. They like to trap the ball on the sides. That's traditional North Carolina man, trapping man.
Oh, Sam Perkins with a beautiful running hook that didn't fall, but he was fouled. And how about the fake he put on everybody before he made the move down the lane?
He took advantage of the offense that time. He had a wide open floor to his right, showed the ball, went to the basket, and was fouled. Jim Valvano really backing his team early. He knows how critical it is for them to settle down and get under control, play good, solid basketball.
Sam Perkins, 84% free throw shooter. Boy, what an outstanding player. You know, he's had to live with that rap, but he doesn't play excited. He says, I'm very excited inside. It just may not look like that.
The paint and the baseline, but there had been some confusion there, so a white line's been added at either end of the baseline. Perkins now with his second attempt. It's 8-2 in favor of Carolina. We're waiting on a final from Clemson. You'll get it as soon as we do. Next one's good also. 9-2, Carolina by 7. Maryland, of course, comes into Chapel Hill tomorrow. Gannon double-teamed in. Stolen Jordan, layup good! Oh-ho! Defense by the Wilmington Jr. He had help on the play from Steve Hale. It's 11-2, Carolina by 9. 3 turnovers for State. Spud Webb against Steve Hale. Right across the timeline through the center jump circle. Hale on the driving lane. Knocked loose, and the foul's on Steve Hale. Hale picks up his first. Final score. Maryland has won it. Yes, Maryland wins. 66-65, Woody. 66-65, Maryland over Clemson. That means now that the Tigers have lost 9 of their last 10 games. Maryland has won 2 in a row since losing 2 straight. Gannon inbounds the ball. 11-2 the score. Now to Webb. He whips it away to Myers. In. Reverse layup is no good. Whistle foul is on Brad Doherty of Carolina. Doherty picks up his first. That'll be the second team foul against the Heels. And Ernie Myers will be at the line to shoot 2. Myers is coming in here off a 32-point performance against Northeastern, which is the 3rd time this year that he has been over 20 points. We'll try to go live to Little John Coliseum in Clemson right after Ernie Myers knocks in this first free throw, if indeed he makes it. First one is good. Yes, now to Clemson, South Carolina.
This is Brian O'Rourke reporting from Clemson with the final score. Maryland 66, Clemson 65. It was a game of the triple overtime. Anthony Jenkins got a 15-footer to put the Tigers up by 1, 65-64, and then Herman Veal at the buzzer got a 3-foot jumper, making the final score. Maryland 66, Clemson 65.
11-4 the score here in Chapel Hill. Ernie Myers made both of his free throws. Matt Doherty off the baseline, no good. McQueen rebounds all alone on the right, lost the ball over the inline. The ball was deflected from McQueen when he came down with a rebound. Everybody left him, moving to the defensive end of the floor for Carolina. Offensive end for State. Kozel lost it over the inline through his legs. Fourth turnover for State. It'll be Carolina's ball underneath its own goal. 11-4. Alley-oop inside to Brad Doherty. Up the shot. McQueen blocked it. It'll count. Brad Doherty with 6. 13-4 Carolina. Henry Brad was not that effective offensively before fouling out last Sunday. Again, we see stretches of the big young man from Black Mountain looking for the shot at the offensive end of the floor.
Well, he's going to the board aggressively, Woody, and I think you'll see him do that for the rest of the afternoon. Of course, Kozel McQueen's got to watch it, too, because he's a very aggressive player.
Myers double team, ball knocked away on the wing, and it went out of bounds off Ernie Myers' leg. Valvano protests to Mike Moser, but to no avail. It'll be Carolina's ball on State's 5th turnover. The Heels have given it up only once. Hale inside to Brad Doherty. Jump hook, good. 15-4. Brad Doherty's got 8 of Carolina's 15 points. The Tar Heels lead by 11. Russell Pierre and Benny Bolden wait at the scorer's table for State. Myers left wing. Can't get the jump shot away. Webb, Gannon bounces low to Charles. Knocked away Brad Doherty, his 2nd foul. Well, Brad's doing well at the offensive end of the floor. Defensively, he's picked up a couple of fouls. 15-4, Benny Bolton and Russell Pierre, a couple of outstanding freshmen for the Wolfpack. Pierre from North Babylon, New York. Bolton from Washington, D.C. Carolina wants to make substitutes, but first there's going to be a timeout on the floor.
Especially on the offensive board, you see about 4 white jerseys just crashing at the boards, Woody.
Jordan will have a chance for the three-point play. He's got 5, make it 6, and it's 18-6 in favor of Carolina. Michael Jordan completes the three-point play. The foul a moment ago was on Benny Bolden. It's his first straight third team foul. Buzz Peterson's in the lineup now. Jordan goes out. Carolina using zone pressure in the backcourt. 3-2. Intercepted. Hale. Hale for the layup. No good. Perkins, tap fella. No good. Knocked out of bounds off Perkins. It'll belong to State, says Mike Moser. 18-6 the score. Carolina by 12. We played just over 5 minutes in Chapel Hill. The Carolina defense was aggressive at the very outset. Bolton gets the hook pass from Pierre, moves it front court on the left, now hands it off to Webb, who comes to get it in front of the State bench. He'll work now to the hash mark on the right. Breaks his dribble, goes low to Charles. Charles caught in the triple team. Jumps, shoots, won't go down. Bolton and Rutta Pierre and Perkins battling for it. Matt Doherty to Steve Hale. Hale coming down, feeds Brad Doherty, couldn't hold it. It'll belong to the Wolfpack. Hale probably that time should have made the smarter move and taken it onto the basket himself, but he thought Brad Doherty had 2 or 3 steps in front of him. He would give it to him on the high pass, but Brad couldn't control it, and Carolina's turned it over twice. 18-6, Carolina. Here's Pierre moving, swatted away Perkins, intercepted by Peterson, away to Doherty on the left. He'll give it back to Peterson, to Hale. He'll use the glass, good. Peterson in the middle, gave it up to Doherty on the left. He whipped it back over on the right to Hale. He used the glass, 20-6, Carolina by 14. This Carmichael crowd is eating it up. McQueen off the glass, no good. Tap follow, no good. Perkins comes down with another rebound. Knocked out of his hands, it'll belong to Carolina. The block shot a moment ago by Perkins was his 50th of the year, and Michael Jordan will return now for Carolina. 20-6 the score. He'll replace Matt Doherty, so Carolina will work with Hale, Doherty, or rather Hale, Peterson, Jordan, Doherty, and Perkins.
Russell Pierre playing well for NC State right now. He's had a couple of things that happened to him down low because of Sam Perkins' great play, but he's come on strong recently, Woody. Russell Pierre's been good depth for State.
Lob to Doherty from Steve Hale. Can't get the shot away. Back to Hale. Hale, one dribble to the right of the circle. We get a whistle. Foul is called on Perkins. Mike Moser says he was using his elbow at the baseline, or forearm. It's the first on Perkins, and a technical foul has been whistled on Dean Smith. Technical foul whistled on Dean Smith. The foul, I believe, may have been on Brad Doherty. If it was, they're showing only his second. We already had Brad with a couple. The technical foul called on Dean Smith, and Mike Moser wasted no time in whistling the technical. $20-6 the score. Terry Gannon has just replaced Spud Webb in the State lineup, and he will be at the free throw line to shoot the technical free throws. Gannon shooting 85% on the year, but he doesn't have enough attempts to get him into the conference stats. The free throw is up and good. It's 20-7. Jordan is asking Mike Moser now for some clarification of the technical foul. Gerald Donahue went over and brought Jordan off the line where he was talking to Mike Moser. The free throw by Gannon is good. It's now 20-8, and State will get the ball out of bounds along the east sideline. It'll be Russell Pierre to make the inbounds play.
Woody, Virginia not out of it yet. Houston 69, Cavaliers 63. That's with about 2.5 minutes left to go in Houston.
McQueen into the lane, tried to hook pass back to Charles, threw it out of bounds. McQueen coming in on the left, Charles to the right. McQueen thought Lorenzo would be looking for it. He wasn't. State's turned it over 7 times. Dave Popson, the freshman from Ashley, Pennsylvania, now in the Carolina lineup. Joe Wolf had been in briefly earlier. Brad Daugherty holds high right wing. Comes to Peterson. High lob. He thought Jordan was going. Michael made a fake move to go for the alley-oop. Did not. So the ball falls harmlessly away to the left and is recovered by State after coming off the glass. Low it goes to Charles. Turns in the lane. Puts up the shot. No good. Charles grabs his own rebound. Up for the shot. He scores and he's fouled. It's on Dave Popson, the freshman from Ashley, Pennsylvania, just in the Carolina lineup. Gets his first. And it will be the team's 5th foul, I believe. Basket is good by Charles. He will go to the line with a chance for the 3-point play and a chance to get State within 9 of Carolina.
Lorenzo Charles has played great in his last couple of ACC games. Against Clemson last week, 23 points, 12 rebounds. Against Georgia Tech, 26 points and 9 rebounds. Didn't score that many points against Northeastern this week, Woody, but he's been a very great ball player inside for Jim Valvano.
He converts on the 3-point play. It's 20-11. Brad Daugherty to Steve Hale. Goes to Jordan. Turns off the right baseline. It goes. Hit the far side of the rim. Bounced up in the air and finally fell through. Jordan now with 8. He and Brad Daugherty lead the Carolina scoring. Brad Daugherty's gone 4 of 5. Hadn't taken a shot, though, in the last couple of minutes. Pierre is open. High lob. He caught it. Left baseline. Goes through. Misses the shot. It rolled off the front of the rim. Pierre rebounds. Lays it up. It won't go. Brad Daugherty's got it. Holds it high as he comes away. State's rebounding strength showing there with Russell Pierre, the freshman. We get a whistle. Foul. Terry Gannon. He fouled Buzz Peterson as he got to the baseline. Gannon will pick up his first personal foul. It is the 4th team foul against State, and Carolina will get the ball out of bounds at the baseline. 22-11 the score. Joe Wolf enter the Carolina lineup as Popson and Daugherty come out. That's Brad Daugherty. Carolina now with 10 rebounds here in the first half. State has got 6. Cecil Exum from Dudley, North Carolina, one of 3 Tar Heel seniors into the lineup now, replacing Jordan. First of time in the last 3 games Cecil has seen action for the Tar Heels. 12:20 to play in the half. Joe Wolf low on the left side to Buzz Peterson. Now to Perkins, who comes high left of the circle. Peterson, he's open, left corner, good. Buzz Peterson knocks in his first field goal attempt. It's 24-11. Heels by 13. Gannon across the timeline. Hale and Peterson on the double team. He splits him, gets it to Myers. He'll drive against Perkins, up off the glass, off balance, no good. Wolf's got the rebound. Needs help. Got it away to Perkins as he was falling out of bounds with Myers pressuring it. To Hale, drives to the other end. Feeds Exum, turns, puts it up, no good. Rebound by Charles of NC State. 24-11. Cecil too tentative with it when he turned to put it up. He needed to go ahead and get it up off the glass. Myers coming left of the circle. Looked like he walked, no whistle. Back to Myers from Gannon. Shot, good. Whistle, basket's good. And there's a foul on Cozell McQueen underneath. Myers will get the bucket. It's his first field goal, 4th point. And the foul underneath on McQueen is his 2nd. And it's the 5th team foul against State. Carolina will get the ball out of bounds. But right now, an official timeout's been called in Chapel Hill. 11:36 to play of the first half. With the score, Carolina 24, State. Woody Durham with Henry Hinton back at Carmichael Auditorium in Chapel Hill. We went and got the foul situation straightened out at halftime. Steve Hale has 2 for Carolina. Brad Daugherty 2. Dave Popson 1. Those are the 5 team fouls for the Tar Heels. There has not been a foul called on Sam Perkins, so we gave you some incorrect information a moment ago, and we wanted to get that squared away. Shooting percentages, Henry?
Right now, Carolina 10 of 18, 56%. State 4 of 15 for 27%.
Perkins gets it right baseline from Peterson. Back to Peterson. He dumps it low to Perkins. Sam was expecting a shot. He had gone to the board for the rebound. Carolina turns it over for a 5th time. 24-13, State's ball. Matt Daugherty returns to the lineup. Talking about correcting something, everybody in the UNC Sports Information Office, as well as yours truly, had overlooked that stat several games ago, we told you at Virginia that Matt Doherty, first player in ACC history to get 1,000 points, 400 rebounds, 400 assists. He's the second. Walter Davis was the first. Beg your pardon, Sweet D. From the baseline and behind the glass, Russell Pierre rolls it up and spins it in. It's 24-15. Carolina leads by 9. Peterson works to the left in the midcourt area, calling out the Tar Heel play now. Gets it away to Doherty. Now it comes back to Peterson. Peterson bounce pass high post to Wolf. Lost, picked up by Gannon. 6 turnovers for the Heels. They've turned it over twice, and Gerald Donaghy says Gannon double dribbled it. And that's number 8 in the turnover category for the Wolfpack.
State's still having that turnover problem, Woody, we talked about as one of the keys in the ball game. But Carolina talking about their rebounding emphasis this week. They're leading State in the rebounding category now, 11-7. By the way, NC State is the leading rebounding team in the ACC.
Hale is out, or rather Hale is in. Peterson is out for Carolina. Lob into Wolf to Matt Doherty. Now to Hale. Goes low again to Wolf. Back to Hale. Hale won't take the shot. State still in the 2-3 matchup to Jordan. He will from 10 feet and scores. 24-15. Nice bounce pass from Steve Hale. Jordan now with 10. 26-15. Or from Matt Doherty, rather. High lob. Gannon down on the right wing to Myers. Back to Gannon in the midcourt area. Carolina, and it's man-to-man defense. Goes now to Harold Thompson from Rayford. He'll drive with Jordan on him to the left baseline. Can't get through. High pass back to Gannon on the right. Gannon driving, whips it to Charles. He'll move to the bottom of the circle. Can't get through the offensive end of the floor to Myers. Jump shot from 25 feet off the rim. No good. Rebounded Charles. He puts it up against Joe Wolf, and it goes. Lorenzo Charles has 7. 26-17. We're under 10 minutes to go in the first half. Carolina by 9. Hale from Jordan. Now to Perkins. Left of the circle. To Matt Doherty toward the sideline. Matt holds it behind his head. Comes cross court to Jordan. Jordan catches it. Moves into the lane. Takes the jump shot from 12 feet. It's good. Jordan with 12 points, rather, and he is 5 of 5 here in the first half. Michaels knocked in all 5 of his field goal attempts. 28-17, Carolina by 11. Charles handling from Myers. Well out on the right for State. Wants to give it to Gannon, does, but Hale was trying to deny the return pass. Gannon moving toward the left sideline in front of the Wolfpack bench. Drops it now to Myers. Myers will move across the top of the circle, heading to the right. Bounces it low to Charles. Charles with Perkins on him will take the jump shot, and it's good. Lorenzo Charles, 9 points, 28-19, Carolina by 9. Charles has really worked on becoming a better shooter from the 12 to 15-foot range, and he has. Hale, left wing to Wolf, top of the circle, back to Matt Doherty, to Steve Hale, looks inside, whips it to Jordan. Jordan fakes, ball knocked loose. Jordan recovers, dribbles into the deep left corner. He'll bring it back out to set it up. Gives it to Hale, top of the circle. 8:55 to go in the half. Matt Doherty open 20 feet. Wouldn't go off the back of the iron. Joe Wolf taps it, recovers it right to the circle. To Steve Hale. Hale looks, gives to Matt Doherty again. Doherty will drive to the circle. Gannon on him. We got a whistle. Foul, Terry Gannon of State. He was putting Doherty at a disadvantage on the drive, and that will be number 2 on Gannon, the 6-team foul. The ball game is over at Hopkins Pavilion in Houston. The final score, Henry?
Houston beat Virginia 74-65. The Cavaliers kept it close with some good free throw shooting until the final seconds, Woody, but couldn't hang on, and Houston goes on to beat the Cavaliers 74-65.
Virginia has won only 4 of its last 13 games since going 10-0 at the outset of the season. 28-19. Doherty with a good screen for Hale, and he knocks it in from 20 feet in the right corner. Steve Hale now with 2 field goals, 30-19. The Heels lead by 11. Webb across the timeline, back into the State lineup. Bounce pass to Myers. He'll drive to the right, feeds into the lane to Thompson. Thompson's layup with the left hand, no good. Rebounded by Thompson. He sticks it back up. It goes, and he's fouled. Joe Wolf, the guilty party on the foul for Carolina. The Kohler, Wisconsin freshman gets his first. It will be the 6th-team foul against Carolina. And Harold Thompson, 6'6" senior from Rayford, North Carolina, will get a chance for the three-point play. He's hit all 4 of his free throws this season for Jim Valvano's Wolfpack. Dean Smith standing, talking to his defense, maybe giving them offensive signals with Thompson at the free throw line. Free throw is no good. Rebounded by Brad Doherty. And we get a whistle, and it was going to be what? No, it's a lane violation. Matt Doherty was in the lane too soon. So Harold Thompson gets another chance to convert the three-point play. 30-21, Carolina leading by 9. Gerald Donaghy hands Thompson the basketball. Ready on his attempt. Arches it up, and it's good. Three-point play for Thompson, who's a perfect 5 of 5 on the year at the line. 30-22, Carolina by 8. Hale across the timeline against Spud Webb. Down in front of the Carolina bench. Turns, goes across the top of the circle now, working from right to left. Now comes back to the right. Whips it away to Joe Wolf. He was directing traffic at the same time he was dribbling. To Brad Daugherty, to Matt Daugherty. Knocked away. Matt Daugherty will run it down. Thompson was the guy who slapped it away. Daugherty bounces low to Wolf. He turns over Charles. Rimmed out, wouldn't go. Tap follow Brad Daugherty, no good. And it's Thompson who comes away with it for State. Matt Daugherty remains in the backcourt. 30-22. State can get within 6. Spud Webb, 22 feet. Good. 30-24. Spud Webb gets his first field goal. And we get a whistle. Gerald Donahue has called something. Gerald Donahue, you heard his voice in the background, an intentional foul against Russell Pierre. And as we go to the foul line, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Tar Heel Sports Network.
WKIT, Hendersonville, North Carolina. It's 5 minutes past 4.
Gerald Donahue must have seen Russell Pierre throw an elbow. You heard him say intentional. That will be automatically 2 shots coming for Joe Wolf at the defensive end of the floor. 30-24. That's the State defensive end of the floor. Carolina's offensive end. Joe Wolf's free throw is up and good. His first point, 31-24.
On the boards, Carolina leads 12-9 in the rebound category. Both teams with 6 offensively. Carolina doing better job on the defensive boards. They have 6. State has 3 on the defensive board.
Wolf, who shoots 75% at the line, makes his second. Timeout on the floor. 7:42 left to play in the first half with the score. Carolina 32.
State's team for 24. 54%. State is 9 of 22. 41%. Carolina 6 of 7 from the line. State is a perfect 6 of 6 from the free throw strike.
Henry, rather interesting. Both ACC teams that lost today had 65 points. Clemson 65, lost to Maryland 66 in 3 overtimes. And Virginia with 65 lost to Houston 74 rather at Hopkins Pavilion in Houston. 32-24 the score. Carolina by 8. Harold Thompson inbounds the ball to Myers, gets it right back. Hale was there, but a high pass was over his head to Thompson. Carolina with pressure now in the backcourt to Spud Webb. Webb handling the ball just now across the timeline. Looked like he carried it. No whistle. He drives all the way. Feeds Charles right of the lane. Charles looking inside, gives it instead back out to Webb. 7:25 to play in the half. Russell Pierre deep in the right corner for the red-clad Wolfpack to Webb. Back it goes to Pierre on the right. Carolina still in its man-to-man. Inside to Charles. He fakes, goes up for the shot. Up off the glass. No good. Charles is there. Jordan knocks it away, and it was touched by Daugherty going out of bounds. Went right by Jim Valvano, and Jim Valvano cannot believe that neither Mike Moser, Hank Nichols, or Gerald Donahue called a foul on the block. 32-24, Carolina by 8. Thompson will trigger the inbounds play from right in front of Jim Valvano and his staff. Myers, double team, spins away from Matt Daugherty, breaks his dribble, back to Webb. Webb against Jordan across the midcourt area. Now to Pierre, down deep in the right corner. Back it comes to Webb. 32-24, under 7 minutes to go in the half. Pierre back to Webb, across the top of the circle, now to Myers. Myers faked an inside pass to Webb, now goes baseline to Thompson. Thompson comes back to Myers. Ernie had a notion to pull the trigger, didn't, to Webb. Now comes back to Myers. Myers drops it off to Webb. Webb across the top of the circle, bounce pass to Pierre. Carolina got the middle clock, now to Thompson. Thompson working inside, started to force it up, travel, that turns it over. Turnover number 9 for the Wolfpack. 32-24, Carolina leading by 8. It's been as many as 14, as I told you moments ago. Hale down the left sideline to Matt Daugherty. Fake to Brad Daugherty at the baseline to Perkins, open 19, too hard with it. Bounced high, rebounded Russell Pierre. Pierre faked one pass and gave it to Thompson. Now to Webb, streaking front court. Hale is on him, he takes it in, drops it off to Charles. Jump shot, right baseline, no good. Brad Daugherty takes it off the front of the rim. He and Thompson were there, but Daugherty got it coming off the front. Now to Matt Daugherty. Daugherty coming down right of the circle. Pulls up, breaks his dribble, goes to Brad Daugherty inside to Perkins. Jump hook, good. Sam Perkins. 34-24, the lead is back to 10.
Well, a couple of times down court, Spud Webb has over-penetrated, and 3 or 4 weeks ago, he might have gone ahead and taken a shot and got it stuffed down his throat, but he dishes off well now. You can tell he's really improved a lot over the last 4 weeks.
Myers, right sideline, almost to the corner to Webb. Carolina's zone, shifting now as it goes left to Thompson. Back to Webb. Bounce pass away to Myers. Jump shot, 20 feet off the front of the rim. Thompson is there, lays it back up, no good. Tried again. Charles is there. He'll power up, scores, and he's fouled by Sam Perkins. Sam gets his first. Lorenzo Charles, 239 pounds, 6'7", only a junior from Brooklyn, New York. What improvement he's made, 34-26. A year ago, Jim Valvano said, I'll tell you what position he was playing at this time of the season. He was 8 seats down to my right. Now he is certain to be a first-team All-ACC selection, rated one of the strong power forwards in the country. He'll have a chance for his second three-point play. It would give him 12 if he makes it. 5:39 left to play in the half. No good. Perkins has got the rebound. Perkins drops it away to Hale. State not a particularly good free throw shooting team at 70%. Alley-oop to Brad Daugherty. Caught it. Started to come down. Thompson knocked it away. Brad Daugherty recovers and stuffed it. Thompson knocked it out of his hands when he came down after catching the high lob. He recovered when Thompson couldn't at the baseline. Went back up and jammed his 10th point of the game. Over to Myers on the left side. 36-26 to Thompson. Drives baseline. Deflected. Daugherty. Daugherty recovers it on the high bounce. Away to Brad Daugherty coming down on the left. To Jordan. He'll work the lane for the dunk. 14 Jordan. 38-26. Under 5 minutes to play in the half. Jim Valvano screaming for a traveling call on Michael Jordan, but not getting it. Thompson left of the circle. Gets it to Charles. Jump shot. No. Feeds Myers left. Jump shot from Ernie. Rimmed out. Perkins with a rebound. Everybody breaks. Sam started to throw the long pass. Instead gave it to Hale. To Matt Daugherty. Working in on the left. Protects it. Pushes it to Perkins. He caught it from between his legs and traveled with it. That ball actually was almost between his legs. Sam actually had it wedged in his legs right at his knees to catch it, as he could not handle it with his hands. But as he did, he turned with it, and he walked a bit with it. That calls for the travel violation. It's the turnover for the Tar Heels, number 7. State gets it, trailing by 12, 38-26. Matt Daugherty and Brad Daugherty come out. Buzz Peterson and Joe Wolf go in for Carolina. Carolina with Peterson, Hale, Perkins, Wolf, and Jordan. State with Webb, Myers, Bolton, McQueen back in, along with Pierre. Charles is getting a breather at the moment. Myers to Spud Webb. 4:15 to play in the half. Myers just inside the hash mark on the right to Webb. Now they move it quickly to Bolton on the left. Carolina defense moves quickly to Myers. Knocked away, recovered Bolton. Back to Myers. He dishes McQueen. Layup off the glass. Good. Cozell McQueen with his second field goal. 38-28. Hale across the court to Jordan on the left. Gets it to Hale. Now comes to Wolf. Now to Buzz Peterson. Bolton plays about 5 feet off him. Buzz will put it to the floor once. Gives it to Hale. Now to Jordan. Turns. Ball away 12 feet. Good. 40-28. Hale almost trying for the steal and making it, but McQueen tapped it away to Myers in the backcourt. Myers across the timeline against Peterson. 40-28. Ernie working left of the circle, drops it off to Bolton. Bolton, jump pass over to Spud Webb on the right wing. Webb going to the corner, will take the jump shot from there. Good! Boy, Spud Webb air-mailing one in from the right corner. 40-30 the score. Carolina by 10. Myers, in case you're wondering about his shooting stats, he is 1 of 7 after getting 32 against Northeastern on Wednesday night. Wolf, left of the circle from Jordan to Hale. Open, 20 feet, jump shot no good. Tapped, control, Perkins, lost on the floor. Myers, 2-on-2 break to Webb on the right. He drives, lays it up off the glass, good. Spud Webb, 40-32. State closes with an 8. Carolina's led by as many as 14. 2:55 to play in the half. Steve Hale wants the number 5 offense. And for the Tar Heels, inside to Jordan against Bolton. Or Pierre rather put it up off the glass. It wouldn't go, and Joe Wolf. No, it's called on Benny Bolton. For the life of me, I thought Hank Nichols was whistling Joe Wolf over the back. But no, he was calling Benny Bolton for his second. And to the line will go Joe Wolf to shoot 1-1. It was a high lob that Jordan caught behind Pierre. He started up. The shot high off the glass wouldn't go. Wolf and Bolton were fighting for it. And apparently, Hank Nichols thought that Bolton moved into Wolf's position, his rebounding position.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't know how Michael Jordan does it, but Russell Pierre had him completely blocked off from that alley-oop pass, Woody, but somehow he went up into the O-zone and pulled it back down.
Joe Wolf makes his first free throw. He's 3 of 3 at the line today, 41-32. The brother of former Carolina player Jeff Wolf will have another shot coming, and this one's good as well. So it's 41-32. We get another official timeout called at Carmichael Auditorium. There's timeout on the floor. 2:45 to play.
8th out.
League losses will be in here tomorrow afternoon, and our airtime will be 1:35. That's for Carolina and Maryland tomorrow afternoon, so plan to spend a little bit more of this glorious weekend in North Carolina with us. Boy, isn't this the time of year when you just absolutely love living in this place?
I like calling it home, Woody. Carolina right now, 17 rebounds. NC State 15. The Tar Heels out rebounding, the number one rebounding team in the conference. Shooting stats right now, Carolina 53%, 17 for 32. State 13 for 32, 41%.
Carolina backcourt. McQueen drops it to Charles. State has not yet crossed the timeline. Now does on a pass. Webb to Myers. Low to McQueen. He moves in on Matt Doherty. Laid it up off the glass. Doherty knocked down. McQueen's come on now to get 3 field goals in 4 attempts. 42-38. State hanging tough after being down earlier by 14. It's now at an 8-point advantage for the Tar Heels. Hale top of the circle. Now to Peterson on the right. Back to Hale. Steve drives into the circle, gives it away to Doherty. Left. Matt will back up a dribble. Now gives it to Hale. Hale drives into the right. Drops it off to Brad Doherty. Right back to Sam Perkins at the foul line. Over to Matt Doherty on the left side. Matt will put it to the floor 2 or 3 times. Now drops it to Hale. He's open from 20 feet and scores. 44-34. Steve Hale now has 6. Steve shooting 3 of 5 here in the early going. Under 2 minutes to go in the half. You want to stick around at halftime. Jack Heimbach, football recruiting coordinator, will be here to talk about what's happened in football recruiting with the Tar Heels at halftime. We'll also get an Ask Woody question. McQueen having a lot of trouble handling the ball today. He's fumbled it numerous occasions. Did then, tapped it to Bolden. Our Pierre runner away to Charles, and he scores. Lorenzo Charles with 13 in the first half. 44-36. Carolina by 8. Brad Doherty away to Matt Doherty. Looked inside for Perkins. Drives, fakes, hooks it now to Sam Perkins. Sam started, now hooks a pass over to Steve Hale. He'll penetrate, puts up a running one-hander off the glass. It's no good. McQueen's got the rebound for State. Drops it away to Webb. State with a chance now to get within 6. Spud Webb drives, stops, shoots off the glass. No good. Perkins with a rebound. Carolina coming with a 3-on-3 break. Matt Doherty comes left of the circle, gives it to Hale. He penetrates, scoops it to Peterson. Into the lane from 10 feet, scores. Good ball handling by Hale when I thought surely he had lost the handle on it. 46-36, 1 minute to go in the half. Across the timeline comes Webb. Just like that, State had a chance to get within 6. Instead, the Wolfpack down by 10. Lob intercepted. Perkins saved it nicely to Hale. Hale looked for the long pass, couldn't make it. Coming front court. Now to Matt Doherty. Fake Spud Webb. He'll use the glass. No good. Too strong. Myers with a rebound. Here comes State on the run. Myers takes it down inside the right hash mark. Picks up his dribble there with 35 seconds showing on the clock. To Pierre. Hooked it back to Myers. Myers on the drive into the lane. We get a bumping foul called on Steve Hale. That will be number 3 on the Jinx Oklahoma sophomore. And it will also be the 7th team foul of the half against Carolina.
What are you talking about? Steve Hale's ball handling ability. What a job he's done since Kenny Smith's been hurt. He's only had 10 turnovers in the 5 ball games he started since Kenny got hurt against LSU, and that is coming into this ball game today. Had a career high last Sunday against Arkansas in points, 15 points. Had a career high 9 assists against Furman, and coming into today's game, he was 15 of 24 from the floor. So Steve Hale has done a super job in the 5 games he started coming into today's game and having another good game here today.
Ernie Myers, a 70% shooter at the line, misses. Rebounded by Thompson, who was in the ball game for just that purpose. 46-36, 25 seconds left. Dean Smith will want 4 corners and 1 shot. Assistant Eddie Fogler makes sure everybody's got the sign. State's defense is standing back. Nobody is pressuring NC State on the part of NC State at all. Now Webb moves into the midcourt area with 14 seconds to go. Assistant Bill Guthridge standing at the Carolina bench. Jordan put it on his hip for a moment. The clock's at 7, 6. Here's Jordan penetrating. He'll use the glass. No good. Tap Falla. No good. They tap it around. Charles has got the rebound. The horn goes. The first half is over. And North Carolina, ahead by as many as 14, gets away to the dressing room leading by 10.
Stay tuned as halftime continues after this word from your local ACC stations. Here at Carmichael Auditorium, and at the conclusion of this game, we will be selecting an outstanding player from each team as the Holly Farms Player of the Game. Smith's ball club continues to play well, and look at this one. Surprise in the ACC in 3 overtimes. Big win for Bill Foster and Clemson. They needed one, and they got one over Maryland today.
Well, Vincent Hamilton is back, and Bill Foster, a lot of his injuries, his players are back. And I'll tell you, they could be a force as the rest of the season concludes.
Go back a few years to when Virginia, a surprise team, won the ACC tournament and got in to the NCAAs. And you have to wonder if Clemson's one shot to do it this year in all probability.
Well, they've had so many injuries. They had a good season. They got off to a 2-0 start in the conference because of their outstanding defense. North Carolina State, if it wasn't for a great effort on the boards, wouldn't even be shooting 40% from the floor. Free throws, as you can see, both teams doing very well from the free throw line.
Turnovers, North Carolina State really had some early problems. They've turned it over 10 times and a half. North Carolina turned it over 8. Look at the rebounds, dead even, and the fouls dead even.
Rebounds dead even, and of course North Carolina State, I'm sure, has more offensive rebounds, but on the other end, North Carolina hasn't missed as many shots, so they wouldn't have that many offensive rebounds.
Let us correct a score that we were informed it went the other way. Our apologies to you, but now we understand Maryland did indeed win that game in 3 overtimes. Instead of a big win they needed, it was another heartbreak for Bill Foster and the Clemson Tigers. So
drives lane, 13 feet, no good. Whistle. Foul is on either Gannon or Webb. Hank Nichols is coming off the baseline, and it's going to be on Spud Webb. And Webb is very quickly here in the first 3.5 minutes of the second half picked up 3 of State's 5 team fouls. So he and Cozell McQueen each have 3 now, and Michael Jordan will toe the line to shoot a pair. Michael with 18 points already in the ball game, make it 19, 56-38. You'll remember in Raleigh back on January 7th, Carolina ran off a 15-4 spurt in the first 6 minutes of the second half to put that one away and eventually win by 21. This is the next one, tap by Perkins, kept alive. Got it to Hale. Sam into the front row of seats. Underneath the Jordan. Scoop shots up. No good. Tapped outside. Tapped by Hale. Recovered McQueen. Jordan stuck a hand in. Couldn't knock it away. To Webb. Now to Gannon. Going front court on the left. Gannon back out front to Webb. Webb across the top of the circle. Carolina man-to-man defense. Webb motioning Myers to the baseline now. Webb will drive. Penetrates up off the glass. No good. Blocking foul on Steve Hale. Hale picks up his 4th. With 16 minutes left to play in the basketball game, and now the injury to Kenny Smith is underlined even more, because with 4 personal fouls, Buzz Peterson will have to go in and do a lot at the point. And Dean Smith just motioned down to Jim Valvano something about the officials and made some little crossing sign with his hands, and Jim looked at Dean and he laughed, and he sort of waved him off as if they were communicating about neither one of them very happy about what's going on. Webb's first free throw is up and good. He's got 7. He'll have another one.
This is not the first time Hale's been in foul trouble, Woody, since Kenny Smith's injury. Of course, he got in foul trouble against the Citadel in the doubleheader as Webb makes his free throw. Of course, they were playing the Citadel there. This is a little different competition with 16 minutes left. That's got to be a concern right now.
Peterson, who's come in for Hale, is down inside the hash mark on the left. To Doherty, gets it right back now. Back to Doherty on the left. Now high lob into Brad Doherty. Knocked away. Whistle, Ernie Myers on the foul. Myers picks his 2nd. It's the 6th team foul against NC State. 56-40 with 15:50 left to play. Carolina will get the ball at the baseline, and it will be Jordan now with Hale out of the game with 4 personal fouls to trigger. Steve has not fouled out of a ball game this year, in case you're wondering. Of course, this is the 6th game. He's been the starter since Smith's injury. Perkins, jump hook from 10 feet. No good. Tap Jordan. Perkins has got it. Turns, jump hook off the baseline. No good. Tap by Jordan. No good. And finally, Charles with a rebound for State. The Webb. Front court come the Wolfpack. Webb on the drive against Peterson, and we get a whistle, and the foul's on Buzz Peterson, says Mike Mosier. Eddie Fogler is arguing with Gerald Donahue about the high bounce off the dribble then, that he carried the ball, and Gerald Donahue says no, it was just a high bounce on the dribble. So State will get the ball out of bounds on Peterson's first personal foul and the 3rd team foul for Carolina here in the second half. Myers loops it into Gannon from 25 feet. Bingo. 56-42. Terry Gannon with his 2nd field goal. Peterson across the timeline now against Webb. Of course, Buzz not quite as quick as Spud Webb, so that may cause him a problem or two. He dishes away to Matt Doherty. Doherty in heavy traffic gets it to Jordan. Jordan fighting through to the corner will come now to the wing. Gets it to Matt Doherty, top of the circle. Off to Buzz Peterson. He's set. Fires. No good. Charles with a rebound on the left. 56-42, Carolina by 14. Here's Webb at the other end, flying through the air, laid it up. He flew right by the basket, laid it up with 2 hands off the glass as he was moving right to left. Spud Webb's given State an offensive spark in the second half, 56-44. Buzz Peterson now out in the midcourt area, moving left in front of a standing Jim Valvano to Michael Jordan. Jordan holds high, goes to Brad Doherty. Doherty over to Matt Doherty. Matt Doherty drives the lane, stripped to the ball by Gannon. Gannon lead pass away to Webb. Peterson trying to catch up. Webb will lay it in. So Spud Webb's come up now with 12 points. He was averaging just 9 coming into the game, and State's cut the Carolina lead down to just 10 at 56-46.
Well, you can really see how much Spud Webb has improved, Woody. He's not bothered by the press as much. He doesn't get caught in a trap, and he's just playing a lot better offensively, too.
His high game this year has been 19 points. He's got 12 right now. Peterson, cross court to Matt Doherty. Perkins almost had a screen set for him. Now Matt left of the lane over to Buzz Peterson. Peterson holds high, goes to Jordan, high post from 12 feet, front rim, back rim, good. Michael Jordan. Jordan now with 21 points. 58-46, Carolina back in front by 12. Just under 14 minutes left to play in the contest. Webb against Peterson, just now across the timeline. Gets it away to Gannon. We get a whistle, fouls on Peterson. Gannon drilled it from the wing about 30 feet away, but it came after the foul on Peterson, which is his second. Now, Bud's got to be careful defensively, and I believe that's what Dean Smith's telling him, as his second becomes Carolina's fourth team foul.
You know, I'm wondering if maybe Spud Webb wasn't trying to pick up that foul on Buzz Peterson, Woody, because he was really moving back and forth. He actually looked over at Hank Nichols once before to see if he could get the call.
Alley-oop to Pierre, knocked away by Jordan. Pierre had just come in the lineup for State, replacing Lorenzo Charles, but they couldn't connect on the alley-oop. Dean Smith with a hand signal now, almost as if he's waving bye-bye in front of the Carolina bench, but that's a defensive signal. To Pierre from Webb, double team, baseline, in trouble, knocked away Perkins. Jordan had it, lost it to Gannon. Gannon, right wing to Webb. Cross-court, it goes quickly to McQueen, who's back in. He drives, left of the lane, stops, shoots, no good. Perkins has got the rebound. Looked like McQueen went over his back, no whistle on the play, 58-46. Peterson moving down right of the circle, bounces low to Brad Daugherty, almost lost it, recovered to Matt Daugherty. In the lane, high pass to Perkins at the post, goes to Peterson. Peterson fakes Pierre, now dumps inside to Brad Daugherty, fouled on the play. Ozell McQueen, it'll be number 4 on the Bennettsville Junior. That'll also be the 7th team foul, but I believe there'll be 2 shots coming for the Tar Heels. 58-46. Exum is in for Carolina, replacing Jordan. Charles is back in for State, replacing McQueen. You know, a moment ago, I could have sworn I saw Michael Jordan throw the tired signal to the Carolina bench, and it was almost as Dean Smith waved it off, saying, Michael, we can't have any of those right now. We're in a little bit of trouble. 58-46. Brad Daugherty will go to the line. Brad's first attempt at the line today. He's shooting 67% at the free throw line. Brad ready on his first one. It's good. 59-46. The Carolina lead swells back to 13. Maryland tomorrow. We'll be right back at the same spot on your dial. 1:35 will be our airtime. Come join us, won't you? Next one's good. 60-46. Joe Wolf's in for Brad Daugherty now. Freshman from Kohler, Wisconsin. 60-46. Carolina by 14. Russell Pierre looking to the Carolina bench, our State bench. Jim Valvano up with the index finger on his right hand, indicating the State offense. Carolina pressuring backcourt now. 1-3-1 zone press to Webb. Webb in the lane, knocked away Perkins. Perkins recovers, and Mike Moser comes from near the timeline to call the foul. Dean Smith can't believe it. He walked down in front of the bench, was about to, well, Moser gave him a hard look, and Coach Smith just simply crossed his arms and paced up and down in front of the bench.
Well, Spud Webb was driving through. Looked like it might have been a clean pickpocket move by Sam Perkins, Woody. I'm not so sure that Gerald Donahue on the other side of the court wouldn't have had a better angle on that play, but Mark Moser comes in, like you say, from a long way out, makes a call.
Lorenzo Charles, right baseline, triple team, got it to Ernie Myers. Now to Gannon. Bounce pass low to Charles. Charles moves the lane. Whistle, fouls on Buzz Peterson. It's his third. Gerald Donahue on that call. The 6th team foul, coming with 13:04 left to play. I'll be truthful with you. Carolina is getting in some kind of, oh, beg your pardon, not Buzz Peterson. Scratch that off. It's Matt Daugherty, his first, but it is the 6th team foul. I thought surely you pointed at Buzz Peterson. Spud Webb out of the left corner, good. Webb now with 14, and it's 60-48. Carolina by 12. Peterson across the timeline, down left of the circle. Bounce pass back to Perkins. Now over to Matt Daugherty. High lob to Michael Jordan. Turns, speeds back to Matt Daugherty. Penetrates, will use the glass, good. Matt Daugherty with 5, 62-48, a 14-point lead. Moments ago, I was about to say the Tar Heels were getting in real trouble at the point guard. Webb now moving for State. Hash mark on the left. Cross court, it comes to Pierre, almost in the right corner. Back out to midcourt area to Webb. He gives it up to Myers. Goes low now to Charles. Charles turns to the lane against the triple team. Off the glass, no good. Jordan with a rebound, and Charles went over his back. When the shot went up, now let me just reset that for you. Jim Valvano can't believe it, but as the shot went up, there was the triple team on Charles. The moment Charles turned in the lane to take the shot, Jordan left him on the triple team and went to the glass to box him out and rebound. 62-48. The foul on Charles is only his first. I'll tell you, Henry, I don't know whether it's Jim Valvano or who it was on the coaching staff at NC State, but somebody has taught Lorenzo Charles a magnificent way to use his bulk at 6'7", 239. He really uses every inch of his physical size in the lane as Jordan knocks in the first free throw.
Woody, I'm not sure there's a better player in the country inside the paint than Lorenzo Charles. You're right. He really takes it to the hoop, and when he's going there, you better get out of his way. He'll take you with him.
63-48, make it 64-48. Jordan now with 23 points on the night. 16-point Carolina lead. Just over 12 minutes to go in the contest. Tar Heels back in the 1-3-1 zone now. Myers to Webb, whips it away to Gannon. Now to Webb, over to Myers. Jump shot over Wolf is no good, too strong. We get a whistle, and the foul's on Matt Doherty for holding inside. Doherty rather sheepishly. I think it's more a look of disbelief than anything. At first I was about to tell you that Matt was saying, honest to goodness, you did not see that, did you? Foul on Doherty becomes his second. It's the 7th team foul, so State's going to the bonus, and it'll be Charles at the line. He's 1 of 2 on the day. Has yet to score in the second half. He's gone nearly 8 minutes without a field goal here in the second half after getting 13 in the first 20 minutes. Rims it out. Lane violation. Perkins was in the lane too quick. 1-and-1 again. Perkins went in the lane too quick, so Lorenzo's rim out won't count. He'll get another opportunity. 64-48. Lorenzo Charles. This one's good. He'll have another one. Looked that time like Ernie Myers was in there a little soon. They can leave now once the ball leaves the hand of the shooter. 64-49, 12:07 to play in the ball game. Here's Charles's next shot, and it's good. He's now got 15, and it's 64-50. Carolina by 14. Buzz Peterson against Webb across the timeline on the right. Starts back to the left, now down inside the hash mark on the right. Comes across the midcourt area now, working to the left. Drops it off to Michael Jordan. Jordan with a shorter Gannon on him. Comes now to Perkins, away to Peterson, now to Matt Doherty. Over to Michael Jordan. Jordan looking inside for Perkins, goes instead to Wolf. High post, now to Matt Doherty on the right side. Looking for Perkins, Boyd Charles and Perkins are really making some contact. Here's Jordan, turnaround off the baseline, good! Well, Perkins had drawn everybody's attention trying to get the low post pass. Jordan slipped baseline, took the pass, leaped to the air, falling away to the right, swished it through. Gannon from the right wing, 66-52. Gannon with 8. Yes, Henry?
What I was about to say, that as long as Michael Jordan has Gannon on him, he's been posting up down low. He's doing it again right now. They're getting him the ball.
Off the glass, good. Michael Jordan now with 27. He's 6'5", Gannon 6'1", but Jordan, as you know, can leap right out of North Carolina and all surrounding states. 68-52, 11 minutes left to play in the ball game. Gannon in the right corner to Pierre. Comes now to Webb, over to Myers. Myers, jump shot, 20 feet. Front of the rim, no good. Charles chases down the rebound at the left baseline. Comes out of the left corner to Gannon. Now to Pierre, free, layup, no good. Myers tapped it. Peterson recovers, left baseline. Now to Matt Doherty. Comes to Joe Wolf, whips it to Jordan. Jordan goes baseline, reverse layup, no good. Tap volley, no good. Joe Wolf falls away and scores. Joe Wolf just kept working the glass. 70-52. Great effort by the freshman out of Kohler, Wisconsin. Carolina by 18 points. Early moments of the second half again as nail State's coffin shut. Charles, right baseline good from that 15-foot range from which he's become so proficient. 70-54, 17 for Charles. Matt Doherty bounces it to Peterson. Now it comes to Perkins, standing inside the top of the circle to Wolf. Away to Jordan. Now to Matt Doherty. Doherty looking for Peterson. Buzz calling for the ball to Perkins. Peterson sets the screen, and Sam scores in the right corner. Perkins with 12. He's one bucket away from joining a very elite group. We'll tell you about it if it comes. 72-54. Webb at the right wing. 1-3-1 zone for Carolina. Gannon, top of the circle to Myers. Now comes to Gannon. To Webb. Bounce pass to Charles, right corner. Double team. Jordan knocked down, no foul. High lob back to Webb on the right. Penetrates, feeds Gannon. 25 feet. No good. Tapped up, no good. They battle for it. Pierre's got it. Laid it up. Good. It finally fell through. Russell Pierre's second field goal of the game. 72-56. Dean Smith changing the offense that Buzz Peterson had called, and now it's Peterson working to the right.
Carolina's hit 6 of their last 7 shots, Woody.
Doherty on the left. to Wolf in the lane to Michael Jordan. Drives inside, lays it up off the glass. Good, and he's fouled. Ernie Myers on the foul. Michael Jordan moving through the lane, going from right to left. Gets his 29th point. Ernie Myers comes out of it with his third personal foul. Jordan will have a chance for his second three-point play of the game. Jordan, according to Bob Woodruff, 12 of 18 from the field, 5 of 7 at the line. We've got an ID coming shortly. Stand by. 74-56, 18-point Carolina lead. Make it 19. And right now, a timeout's been called at Carmichael Auditorium. We're going to pause 70 seconds for these messages and station identification. Then we gonna come right back. 9 minutes left to play on the ball game.
Hill Road. WKIT, Hendersonville, North Carolina. It's 2 minutes past 5.
Michael Jordan, with his 30th point of the afternoon, has just hit his season's high, surpassing the 29 against LSU. We've still got 9 minutes to go. Carolina with a 19-point lead. I don't think Michael will be around very long at the end, but sometimes I keep wondering. Oh, let him go, and let's see if we can go get Bob Lewis's record of 65. That would be 48 points. Gannon on the drive into the lane, feeds Harold Thompson, who's back in. Layup no good. Whistle, and the foul's on David Thompson, who had just come in the lineup.
Carolina's hit 7 of their last 8 shots now, Woody. 10 of 19 in the second half, 53%. The Wolfpack, 8 of 17, 47%. 5 turnovers for the Wolfpack, 1 for the Heels. Carolina, 82% from the field, and State is perfect at 4 of 4, and now Thompson will have a chance to make that 5.
Harold Thompson came in the first half, contributed 3 points, made a 3-point play. This free throw is up and no good. He'll have another shot coming. Don't write me, don't call me. I didn't mean Bob Lewis had 65. The individual record for Carolina, 49 points, set against Florida State during the 1965-66 season. Next free throw missed. Carolina comes away with it on the rebound, 75-56. Peterson away to Exum. Jump shot, right corner. No good. They battle for it. Matt Doherty has it. Whistle. Foul is called on Matt Doherty on the rebound foul, and it will be number 3 on the East Meadow, New York senior, all of which have come in the second half. So Doherty's got 3. That's Matt. Brad Doherty's got 3. And Steve Hale's been riding the bench since the 16:04 mark with 4. To the south end of Carmichael Auditorium we go, and the Wolfpack will be at the line to shoot 1 and 1.
Well, Coach Smith not happy with that foul on Matt Doherty, Woody. He got his arms crossed there for a moment looking at Mike Moser after the call. Rather, Mike Moser, I'm sorry. But you know, the thing about it is, Carolina's done such a good job of blocking out on defense today and also going to the boards and blocking the offensive players away from the defensive board that I think you got to just clap your hands a whole lot for Carolina. They played a great game going for the boards, Woody.
75-56, Lorenzo Charles at the line. He's good. He's got 18 points. Charles won only 2 of 12 against Northeastern on Wednesday night for 7 points, his low game of the season. Today he is 7 of 15 from the field for his 18 points. 75-58. Charles makes the next one, so now he's got 19 points. Benny Bolton is in, and Harold Thompson goes out.
Talking about the rebound, Sam Perkins has 11 in the ball game. Lorenzo Charles with 10 for the State Wolfpack.
75-58. Carolina leading by 17 points with 8.5 minutes left to play at Chapel Hill. Brad Doherty holds high in the left corner, comes cross court to Hale, knocked away, almost intercepted, now is by Webb. He gets it away to Benny Bolton on the drive. Layup is no good, but Webb follows on a dunk stuff. He followed up by dunking the ball, and he's only 5'7", but the little guy got up there for his 16th point. 75-60. Carolina by 15. Hale, high post to Brad Doherty. Turns, shoots over McQueen. It goes. Brad Doherty, first field goal of the second half. He's got 14 points. He's 6 of 9 from the field. 77-60. Carolina by 17. Perkins waits at the scorer's table to get back in. Gannon to Webb. Cross court it goes to Bolton. On the left to McQueen. Deep left corner. Back to Bolton. Jump shot left wing. Long. Rebounded by Jordan away to Hale. Hale comes top of the circle. Drops it to Michael Jordan. He drives baseline. Stripped to the ball by Webb. A blocking foul. Called on Spud Webb, and that will be number 4. All of which have come in the second half. Perkins returns. Dave Thompson is out. You know, Henry, Dave Thompson says that he knows he's got a long way to go in his development. He's taking it in stride here his freshman year, wants to contribute his next 3 years, but he says You just can't imagine the benefit it's been playing behind a guy as talented as Sam. What help he gives me. He tells me the little things to do. Free throw missed by Jordan. He's now 6 of 9 on the day at 77-60. State moving toward the south goal here in the second half. Gannon on the left, dribbles across the top of the circle, goes to Charles, knocks Perkins down. Offensive foul, Lorenzo Charles. It'll be number 2 on Charles. That turns it over for State. 6 turnover in the second half. 77-60 the score. Carolina by 17, and now an official timeout called in Chapel Hill. So there's timeout on the floor, 7:24 to play with the score. Carolina 77, State 60. And Houston won over Virginia in Houston, 74-65. One other game tonight, Wake Forest is at Duke. Both teams are on 6-game winning streaks. It should be a dandy.
Well, he got some game shooting stats for you now. Carolina 30 of 56, 54% from the floor. State shooting 42% for the game, 24 of 57, 16 turnovers for the Pac, 10 for Carolina.
High lob, Jordan to Doherty. He's open 12 feet. Jumper is no good. Came out on the right, rebounded by Bolden. He drops it off to Webb. 7 minutes to go in the game. Gannon fires from right sideline, rimmed out. Tapped by Brad Doherty, recovered Perkins. Sam waits for everybody to clear, then gives it off to Steve Hale. Quickly comes to Matt Doherty at the hash mark on the left. Matt uses 3 dribbles to get him further down the sideline. To Hale, to Perkins, top of the circle. Looks inside, goes to Doherty deep in the left corner. Matt comes a couple of dribbles left of the lane. Now to Hale. Hale will drive to the right. Stops, pops, left-handed from there. Good. Front rim bounced off the glass and fell through. Hale now with 8. 79-60. McQueen bounces it into Webb. State moving to the south end of Carmichael to Bolton. Now back to Webb. Now comes to Gannon. Carolina 1-3-1 zone, playing hard on the perimeter. Bolton from Webb. Down the left of the lane to McQueen. Turns, shoots over Perkins. Off the side of the rim. Rebounded by Jordan. Here comes Michael. Gives it away to Matt Doherty on the lead pass. Into the right corner he goes. Back to Steve Hale. Now to Perkins. This may be it. Is Sam Perkins, with 14 points, has become one of 5 players in Atlantic Coast Conference history to have 2,000 points and 1,000 rebounds. He joins Dick Hemrick, Mike Jaminski, Ralph Sampson, and Lynn Chappell in that exclusive company. 81-60 at the other end. McQueen for State. Whistle. Foul is on Michael Jordan. Jordan is first. McQueen gets only his 4th field goal of the game. He'll have a chance for the 3-point play. 81-62. You know, Henry, of that group I mentioned a moment ago, only one of those players did it in 3 years, and that was Lynn Chappell. Quite an accomplishment, but it's a pretty rarefied air in that company anyway.
Well, Sam's had a terrific year, averaging over 17 points a game, Woody. But once again, from that stretch in New York where he played so well and has continued to play well, he's averaging nearly 20 points a game. Just a great season for Sam Perkins.
McQueen makes the free throw. It's 81-63. 18-point Carolina lead with 5:50 left to play. Jordan at the left wing. Goes cross court to Joe Wolf. Look low for Brad Doherty. Now to Hale, top of the circle. Inside to Doherty. Turns over McQueen. Scores. Brad Doherty right over the top of Cozell McQueen for 16. 83-63. Here baseline. Bolden knocks Brad Doherty down, getting it back out to Gannon. He's trapped by Jordan along the wing to Webb. He whips a baseball pass to Bolden, right of the circle to Charles. Jump shot over Perkins, no good. Bounds high. Jordan with a rebound. He outreached Brad Doherty. Heels coming on the break to Perkins for the layup. My goodness, what a pass. Michael Jordan threaded it right through State's traffic coming to the offensive end of the floor. Sam caught it without breaking stride, rolled it off his fingertips. 85-63. Out front to Gannon from McQueen. Low to Charles against Perkins. Shot, no good. Jordan with a rebound on the right. Spread eagle. Carolina has hit 13 of its last 16 shots. Perkins back to Hale, knocked away McQueen. Jordan frees it. Webb knocks it away. Webb will try to dunk it. Jordan will try to catch up. Webb lays it in, going left to right. Spud Webb now with 18 points. He's within 1 of his season's high. 85-65. Carolina by 20. 4:40 to go in the ball game. Wolf down along the left sideline. Now to Hale, top of the circle. Brad Doherty turns over McQueen. No good. Perkins tapping it. Recovered Gannon, right baseline for State. Gannon coming on the run down the left sideline. Comes inside the hash mark, gets it to Webb. Webb fires 25 feet. Good. 85-67. Spud Webb with 20. It's his season's high. And Dean Smith wants 4 corners to stop the momentum, the pace of this game as it's gotten right now. And also to bring the Wolfpack out of that zone defense. 85-67. 4:05 left. Jim Valvano now changing his defense. He's matching McQueen up with Doherty, Charles with Perkins, Bolton on Wolf, Webb on Hale, and Gannon on Jordan. Watch for the alley-oop to Jordan with Webb on it, with Gannon on it, Woody, with a 5-point height advantage. Michael might have his opportunity to break to the basket and get a slammer here. Valvano right in front of the state bench. The Carolina students are wanting another technical call on the state coach for being on his feet. 5 seconds, closely guarded. It'll belong to state. Gerald Donahue making the 5-second call. Bill Guthridge and head coach Dean Smith want an explanation. Gerald Donahue gives it to them, but I don't think it satisfies them. Anyway, there's been an official timeout called in Chapel Hill, so a timeout on the floor. 3:39 left to play in the ball game. The score, North Carolina 85. When you're leading by 18 points, 85-67 with only 3:39 left to play in the ball game, and an official timeout is called. What do you say to your team? If you're Dean Smith, you say absolutely nothing. He and the coaching staff stood back, let them towel themselves off, get drinks of water. Then the managers moved in, toweled away the seats where those wet bodies had been. The coaching staff sits back down. There was very little exchange of words between coaching staff and players, because with 18 points, what do you say? Just get out there and keep doing what you do? Carolina shooting 56% in the second half. State 41%. 6 turnovers for the Pack in the second half, 3 for the Tar Heels. State controlling at the south end of Carmichael. Gannon to Myers, now comes back to Gannon. Carolina, the 1-3-1 zone, playing very hard on the perimeter, particularly when it's in the hands of Webb or Gannon. Jordan moving out on Webb now, goes to Pierre, now comes back to Webb. Webb drives the lane, feeds Pierre. Now he goes cross-court with it on the left to Gannon. 85-67, Carolina by 18. Now to Gannon across the top of the circle, bounces it to Webb. He'll feed Pierre. Pierre moves toward the sideline to Webb. He'll penetrate now, drives inside, lifts it up, and it's good. Driving through on the left, Spud Webb with 22 points. Each bucket he gets now is a season tie for the little guy out of junior college in Midland, Texas. 85-69 with 2:50 to go. Carolina goes back to 4 corners now. Sam Perkins working against Russell Pierre at the hash mark on the right. Now he'll start the drive, feeds Brad Doherty. Doherty for the two-handed dunk. Brad Doherty with 18, 87-69. The defense collapsed on Perkins, and he fed it away to Brad Doherty coming in on the left. Dean Smith now looking down his bench. Here's Russell Pierre in the right corner. Comes cross-court, intercepted Jordan. Coming against Webb. Here's Jordan. Laid it up, and he and Webb hit the floor hard. Jordan and Webb are both down. Trainers of both sides. Jim Valvano is there. Jordan is on his back. Webb is lying on his stomach. They went down hard. Jordan had stolen the ball, driving in. Webb was trying to cut him off, got into his path, and Jordan fell hard, not from as high in the air as did Kenny Smith. On the left side, Jordan is now rolled over to his left side. Mark Davis is attending to him, the NC State trainer, but Jordan was in the air, tried to break his fall by actually catching his right hand. Now Michael has come to a sitting position, and so has Spud Webb in the north end zone. When he went down, Michael felt his right wrist, much like Kenny Smith did on his left wrist, but I don't think, well, at this point he didn't look seriously hurt anyway. He's gotten up, and you can see he has flexibility in his wrist, and I guess that part of it's okay. Both players up now. The moment Jordan got to his feet, he went over to check on Spud, and as Spud was coming around, he wanted to check on Michael. They're two great competitors. That will be Webb's 5th personal foul. Boy, our concern for the safety of those two young men and their well-being sort of made us forget for a moment about the foul situation. Webb with 22 points is fouled out of the ball game with 2:16 left. That'll be his season tie. And a timeout's been called by Carolina to sort of let people settle down. Michael is being asked how he feels by head coach Dean Smith as he goes out. He's going to be substituted for, I think, after the free throw that he will shoot. 87-69, timeout on the floor. We will go away for a few minutes. Woody Durham with Henry Hinton back at Carmichael Auditorium in Chapel Hill, where we have sufficiently gotten our breath now after just having the daylight scared out of us when Michael Jordan, driving for a layup, collided with Spud Webb. Both fell hard underneath the north goal in Carmichael, but both are up and all right. Webb out of the game with his 5th personal foul. Michael Jordan will be at the free throw line, and the free throw is good. 31 points now for Michael Jordan. He'll have another one coming. This would give him 32, his career high, of course, 39 against Georgia Tech a year ago in Greensboro. 32 points for Michael Jordan. The All-America from Wilmington, North Carolina, is leaving the ball game. His stats for the day, well, they read like the National Player of the Year. 12 of 18 from the field, 8 of a low line. No telling how many rebounds, but 32 points, season's high, 89-69, Carolina by 20. Exum, Thompson, Wolf, Hale, and Peterson in the lineup now for Carolina. George McLean feeds Ernie Myers. Deflected, intercepted by Peterson. Off to Hale. Hale streaks by Myers, 89-69. Carolina by 20 with less than 2 minutes to go. Peterson to Thompson. Bounces to Buzz Peterson. He drives, laid it up, slapped away to Charles. And we get a goaltending call. And the bucket will be credited to Buzz Peterson.
Woody Spud Webb left the ball game, 10 of 12 for the day from the floor, 2 of 2 from the line, 22 points, and he had 2 assists in the game for the Pack.
He was coming off a record-tying 18 against Northeastern. That tied Sidney Lowe's record, 18 in a game. Gannon from the right sideline, no good. Myers chases it down left corner. Ernie Myers, double team, gets it away to McLean. Jump shot from out on the left is no good. Thompson with a rebound. Went high to clean it off the glass. Now to Peterson, 91-69, Carolina, down the left sideline to Wolf. Now goes to Thompson. Couldn't control that one. Got through his hands. Charles, McLean, 3-on-2 break. Back to Charles from McLean. He'll use the glass. No good. Exum with a rebound as it was batted around in the lane. 91-69, 70 seconds to play. Hale across the timeline. Feeds Peterson deep in the right corner. Goes low to Wolf. Right back to Peterson. Peterson drives. He'll use the glass. High off the glass. We got a whistle and a charge called on Buzz Peterson as Peterson and Gannon go down in the lane. 1-and-1 opportunity coming. That's the 3rd foul against Buzz Peterson. Timo Mockin has just gone into the lineup, and now Cliff Morris is in, and all the bodies are able today for the Heels to play. Wolf is out with Mockin in, and now Hale is coming out. 91-69, a minute 1 left to go, and Henry, North Carolina is going to clinch with this victory today at least a tie for the regular season title. That's amazing. 18 consecutive years, Carolina's been first or second, and in the last 7 years, every other team has finished last at least once. Gannon's free throw is good. He's got 9 on the day. It's 91-70.
That is an incredible record, Woody, and just a great tribute to Dean Smith and the program here at Carolina. It continues to grow and flourish well.
Terry Gannon's next free throw is good. He's got 10, 91-71 with a minute to go. To Morris, deep in the right corner, to Exum. Boy, if Timo gets it and scores, this place will go wild. Here he is, off the glass, he got it! Timo's first field goal of the season, 93-71. Long shot, good, no good by Gannon, rebounded Thompson. Peterson tried to get it to Exum, went out of bounds off McLean. It'll still belong to Carolina.
The crowd's going wild. They still love it. They're still humming over that basket from 25 seconds ago, Woody, that Timo Mockin hit off the glass.
Peterson out front. It comes now to Morris. Now comes to Exum, to Mockin. Timo left of the lane. Gives it up to Exum. Exum top of the circle to Peterson. Bounces baseline to Popson. Soft jumper. No good. Yes. Win. Started out and fell back in. 95-71. 16 seconds to go. Gannon across the timeline. 13. Clocks at 12. 11. Myers. Exum knocked down. No foul. To Gannon. Now to McLean. Clocks at 6. Charles jump shot. Right corner. Went in. Popped out. They battle for it. McQueen out of bounds off Exum. Clock stopped at 2 seconds. I don't know what will be in Coach Dean Smith's show tomorrow, but there'll be one play there, I'll guarantee you. Inbounds, McQueen to Gannon, fakes Peterson, fires, no good, game's over. The Tar Heels, who won by 21 6 weeks ago in Raleigh, come home today off a loss to Arkansas 6 weeks ago and win by 24, snapping State's 9-game winning streak.
Bartender, a light beer, please.
Coming up.
Excuse me. Huh?
You want just any kind of light beer?
Well,
when you buy a car, will any kind of car do?
No.
Saturday night, why?